Welcome to my passion project, The Wine Find Talks. This is where I share one wine that I love, why I love it, and then we taste it. So, let's talk. The wine I'm sharing with you today is the 2020 Tenuta Sette Ponti Crognolo from Tuscany. Now, if you're a lover of Italian reds, you no doubt know about SuperTuscans, the wine movement that began in the 1970s and took the world by storm. The first SuperTuscans were Sassicaia and Tignanello, followed by Salaya and Onalaya. These wines still fetch well over $100 per bottle, often hundreds. The red wines made from French grape varieties grown in Tuscany, sometimes blended with Sangiovese, and the results can be stunning. Clearly, the price tags can too. But this SuperTuscan right here is a bargain for less than $35 in Canada and less than $25 in the US. It's a knockout buy. It's about 90% Sangiovese and about 10% Merlot, and it's a hidden gem that will shock and amaze any wine lover of Tuscan reds. And Christmas is coming. So let's taste. In the glass, lovely depth of color. Swirl and a sniff. See, I love this because it's elegant but aromatic. The perfume almost fans out with all sorts of illusions. So yes, immediately there's dusty cherry, which you get from Sangiovese, especially from Tuscany. But there's so much more. I'm getting sort of like a wispy note or a powdery note of dark chocolate cocoa. A hint of roasted mushroom, maybe a hint of truffle. Freshly turned black earth. Graphite, maybe. So lots going on. Every time you approach the wine, it offers you something more. So I love that. That's a mark of quality for sure. And on the palate, isn't that beautiful? It sweeps in, drenches a palate, but is very, very lifted. It's very elegant too, because this is, based on Sangiovese. Sangiovese is always elegant. It's a high acid grape, but here the bright acidity is cloaked with beautiful fruit. There's great concentration of fruit here. The stuffing is absolutely there, and what that does is it ensures that, it's not thin or tart. It's rather very almost hedonistic. And for a Sangiovese, that's kind of hard to achieve. Now, what I like also is, they've chosen to blend it with about 10% Merlot. Merlot for me is always cherries and chocolate. And so what that's doing is it sort of plumps it out, but it's complementing the expression of cherry from the Sangiovese beautifully. And I think that's probably also where you were getting that sort of nuance of dark chocolate. So let's have another taste. So beautiful. Sweeps in, fans out, balance is impeccable. This is full-bodied, but the weight doesn't feel heavy whatsoever. Instead, it just, it glides in, tastes crushed fruit. It tastes sort of velvety, but not plush like you'd get in, say, Napa Valley or something like that. I love that. Now let's talk about the flavor profile and see if it is indeed echoing everything we found on the nose. Leads with cherry, and then as that starts to recede, the earthy roasted mushroom, a little bit of nut, then the stoniness emerges on the finish, showing that it's an underpinning there that's coming through on the finish, and it lingers for ages. Now I'm getting sort of salt and pepper too. Love that. This is the kind of wine that works magically well with all sorts of things at the table. I really like it with mushroom risotto, and I love it with pizza, but it's also fantastic as a gift. And that is what I wanted to talk about.